Hey there, my name is Kathy. Welcome to the Junk Shack, baby. In today's video, I will be upcycling a bunch of thrifted and bought from Dollar Tree items for your viewing pleasure. I certainly hope you enjoy this video. Bouncing right into the first DIY. So I picked these gold skeleton head lights up at Dollar Tree, and they were really gold with a little splatter of black. So they were really too bright for me, so I took it a little bit further and used my hammered black and just like doubled the coverage. It's hard to tell in the video. Let me turn them on. But they're not nearly as bright as they were. It was craziness. For the skulls, they were just the regular kind of white skull heads, also from Dollar Tree. I wanted them black. I used my flat enamel on them. Just put that on there and they should dry. I'm gonna leave it all to lay here overnight. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. I always start off painting the backs first, and I'm using this. We will get back to these items after they dry. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. I picked up this little plastic spider at Dollar Tree for $1.25, and I'm going to fancy it up. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. This is my potion book that I made last year. It's just a hardback from the thrift store, and I'm going to give it a makeover. I was able to buy a pack of these napkins from Dollar Tree, and I think I'm going to try to glue one right over the top, kind of cut it out a little bit better and see how that goes. So these are some of my resin pieces. I painted them black and added gold a long time ago, and I am going to work them in on my book. First, I'm going to take my gold paint pen and give it some more gold highlights. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. A really old picture from Dollar Tree, and some rub-on transfers also from Dollar Tree. Adding these rub-on transfers, I thought it was turning out really nicely. I was very happy until I cracked the glass, because I'm putting it right on top of the glass. So use my idea, but do not break the glass. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. Another Dollar Tree item, but you can find these wood cutouts at all of the stores. I used just markers to color all of this in, and later I add a few details with my paint pens. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. This old silver frame had a really neat texture, but I didn't like the color, so I painted it with black, and then I gave it a little dry brush technique, and this is how it turned out. I picked this old gal up at the antique store for $1. It's like a postcard picture. And my original thought was, man, she's almost looks like a witch. All I'd have to do is put a point up here. But I got to looking at her, and I got to thinking, back in these days, if you were a witch, you didn't necessarily dress up as one. So I think this is what you would have worn on the sly. Isn't this corset gorgeous? I'd love to have that. I'm going to just stick it here in this frame and call it the easiest DIY of this video. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. Jumping back to this crew that I painted. I picked this up at the antique store for just $1, and my thought was to paint the ghosts like everybody is doing on this picture and apply it to this pumpkin. Well, I painted some ghosts on it. I tore it all up and put it on there, and I absolutely hate it. I think I'm gonna wet it down and tear it off. I found this piece of scrapbooking paper in my stash and decided to cover the pumpkin with it instead. It's so much better. I'm really happy I did that. I then hit it with some black hammered spray paint, and then just a spritz of some bright gold. I think it looks great. See you in the morning. I kept one black because, options. I have seen lots of other ideas using these skeletons as bowl huggers. Perfect for Halloween candy. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. I dry brushed this in a previous video and then dropped it on the floor, and this piece shattered, and my husband took and cut it off for me. Now I'm going to try to find something that he looks good sitting on. He actually doesn't look too bad sitting all by himself. I can't even freaking believe it. I dropped him again. This time his little beak came off. Okay, I'm going to glue his little beak back on and leave him alone. This thing might be possessed. And now, my pretties, on to the next DIY project. Typically, I use this diorama for Christmas time, but I kind of wanted to do a little something to it and make it a little more spooky so I could use it at Halloween. So I took my antiquing wax and water mixture, which was running a little bit low, so I added more antiquing wax and a little bit more water to it. And using this mixture, I applied it to my little white furniture, and now it really looks a little bit more like a witch's cottage. Yet I can still use it at Christmas time. I went in search in the vast volume of my stash in the basement to see if I had any other items that I thought would go good with this kind of witch's cottage idea that I was having. And these are a few of the things I kind of went through and had to pick from. This little shelf always sits out in my dining room, so I knew I had these little store pieces that I could work with. Gathered everything together that I thought I might use in this scene and began to try to give it a little bit of age, like it was sitting in a witch's cottage. I did not want to turn it all dark and moody so that I could still use it at Christmas, but I think I did pretty good just by aging it a little bit. You know, like this, I would turn around. Oh, maybe I won't use that one, but this one I would turn around and you wouldn't be able to tell that it said 31, but you would be able to see that X on there. So we might have to set that one aside at Christmas. Otherwise, I think they turned out pretty good. Now to put it all together. Most all the people in my real life who know me know that I absolutely love littles. Little tiny, just like you just seen, the little store pieces. I have quite a selection of different dollhouse pieces and stuff like that. So that's why it wasn't too hard for me to just whip something up like this. I am not willing to remove the white pom-pom fringe because it goes so good with my Christmas. So I think I have a way to fix it. How about some Dollar Tree lights? I have ghosts or spiders. I'll see which one I like better. I took it into the darkest room in the house, the bathroom. Just a little piece of craft paper turned into a throw. A juicy selection of apples for poison dipping. I have just a little bit of footage during the day. Stay tuned for the nighttime footage. As with any of these videos, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you guys on the junk side. Take care. Until next time.